What's up, what's up? It's time for Done Way Past Funny with your host, G.D. Fenderson. Join us as we discuss the art, science, and business of comedy with comedians and comedian adjacent. With this episode's guest, Sheriff Nicole K. It's time to get down and get dope with Done Way Past Funny. Hi, I'm G.D. Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humourist and host of Done Way Past Funny. Thank you for joining us as we continue our interview with Sheriff Nicole K.
Yes,
Enjoy.
But you're right though, because once you see one, like the car that I have, before I bought one, I didn't notice them on the road at all, and then as soon as I owned one, I saw them everywhere, including a neighbor who got one the same model the week after I got mine.
Wow, that's crazy.
I was like, that's the same. That's my car. No, as a matter, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm only laughing. I'm only laughing because I came out the supermarket. I was driving my wife's car. She has a Prius, a dark blue Prius, and I wasn't thinking. I parked the car. I went into the grocery store, and her doors open up with the key fob in my pocket. So when I get into the car, it would open up, so I don't have to do anything. And I wanted to put the groceries in the car so I can go next door to pick up something. So I open up the door. Like I said, I walk up to the car, open up the door, put the groceries in, and I thought to myself, that's weird. I left my gloves on the front seat. I don't see my gloves. Well, maybe they're on the floor. And I walked away. And I thought to myself, well, maybe I left the door open and somebody stole my isotoners. Somebody stole my driving gloves. And I thought to myself, why would they steal my driving gloves? So there's so much more stuff in the car that's worth stealing than my driving gloves. And I just couldn't wrap my head around it. So I go to the Staples, and I come back and the groceries are gone. And I'm like, somebody stole my groceries. And so I immediately called my wife and I said, honey, somebody stole the groceries. No, I went into the store and I told them what happened. I rebought all the groceries. Turns out that somebody parked a car that looked exactly like the one I was driving right next to me. So when I walked straight toward it, I walked toward a dark blue Prius, and it was like only 5 feet. So it's not like it was like in another area of the parking lot, and they didn't lock their door.
Oh.
So when I opened the door, I didn't think anything of it. I put my groceries in their car, and they drove off with my groceries.
That's crazy.
And then I bought new groceries to replace them. And when I came back in after I put the groceries in the car, I came back and the person had returned my groceries.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, and they gave me a refund for everything I bought.
Right.
That's
crazy.
That's why I left because we was talking about once you see a car, then you notice it everywhere. So.
Yeah.
So now, being a school teacher, do you have to be aware, or do you have to be more cautious with what you do on stage? Or people concerned that you're a teacher? Or
no, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, I don't do Trump jokes, and I think that's the only person who has a fucking problem with free speech, as far as I can tell.
Oh no, the reason why I asked, because I know I had a friend of mine who is a comedian, and he was a substitute teacher, but his online presence was a little bit dirty, I guess, and so he was asked to leave the school.
Oh.
And then I had another friend of mine, and she's just, I'm saying friend, an acquaintance. She's like 72. She waited till after she retired from teaching before she started doing comedy, because she told such dirty jokes that she thought that she would be kicked out of the school system So that's why I was just curious.
No one cares.
I'm stumped.
Yeah, no one cares. Doesn't even occur to me. It doesn't even occur to me. No one's asked me to stop. No one cares. No one knows what I'm doing. I mean, they know that I do comedy, and of course I invite my coworkers. If they want to come, they can come. If they don't, they don't. I mean, I'm a grown up. I'm not performing in front of children. It doesn't even occur to anyone.
Wow. Okay. Again, second aha moment for me, G-Wagons, and nobody gives a shit that you're a teacher down there.
Listen, I'm a good guest. I may look like a typical Karen, but I am not.
No, the Karen I know has dark hair. And yeah, basically dark hair. Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's my wife's best friend.
Perfect.
Yes. Now, do you have who or what are your comedy influences?
That's a really good question. I obviously there's plenty of people that I love. I love Amy Schumer and I love Chelsea Handler but I honestly, I kind of just like comedy in general. I like to laugh. So it's kind of everyone. There's not one person that I'm like, oh my God, I have to emulate them. I just feel like I do my thing and they're cool and that's that. I mean, I'm me and they're them and
okay. Now I guess also because I'm not going to put your age out there, but you've been doing comedy for basically you were a fully formed adult when you started doing comedy.
I was a really fully formed adult.
So you have the reason why I say is because for the most part, comedians when they start out younger, they don't have a voice and they're trying to be someone else. They're trying to be Eddie Murphy. Right. And so I wasn't expecting you to try to be like someone, but more like people that you've grown up listening to, like Bob. I love Bob Newhart, and there are traces of Bob Newhart in my routine if you know where to find it.
Right. Maybe there are traces of other people, but I feel like I just take my life experiences and I talk about them. I just talk about them in a funny way. It helps to be, good looking. I'll be honest. I mean, if I was ugly, people probably wouldn't pay as much attention. So I feel like I have to do kind of less almost. I just have really funny stories and I just tell them as though I'm talking to a bunch of my friends. I'm very authentic. I don't put on an act. I mean, the stories that I tell are part of my personality. Obviously, I have multiple sides to my personalities. I'm just not one thing. But mostly I stick with what I know and and that's just that.
Now, because you say the people are relative, okay. And for the most part, comedy is not a woman-friendly business, at least from the business side. Women comedians are not treated. In my humble masculine opinion, women are not treated the same or looked at the same as male comedians. And
I guess, but I feel like that's in every industry, so I don't think that that's just comedy, like in its own.
Right.
It's every industry. Yeah. Again, I'm so grown now that I don't even. That's them and that's their shtick. I don't care. That's their problem. I'm there to do my job. I show up. I get paid or not get paid. Sometimes I get put on a flyer, and that's pretty sweet. And then that's it. I don't care. But like I said, I'm very lucky. I've only luckily been able to surround myself with quality people that I really enjoy. Some people, I've learned aren't as great as others, and that's a learning experience. But for the most part, I feel mostly respected as best as I can be respected.
right.
But grown men treat me with respect. Boys don't treat me with respect. And those boys are boys and they're always going to be boys no matter what, and where I am. So that's not going to change too much.
Now, what is the other than laughter, what is the best reaction you've gotten out of an audience during a performance?
I like when they sing along.
Okay.
That's fun for me, when they're into the groove or they're dancing or they're moving or whatever. Like I like that. I have a whole set where I'm singing a bunch of different songs and talking about a different bunch of different songs, and I like any sort of participation in that way because I'm not asking them a question. Like I'm not saying, "Oh, make some noise if blah blah blah." Like
Right, right.
that's them participating with no instruction from me, and I like that.
So do you just are you performing music like as a musician on stage as
No,
well, or
no, it's part of this whole thing that I do when I talk about how I was, how I became this delicious piece of white chocolate you see in front of you.
okay?
And I talk about different, music that inspired me and, shaped who I am. And a lot of those songs, I mean, it's like In
Got it.
Vogue or Salt and Pepper.
Oh, okay, I
But then
got
I
you.
talk about the new music and stuff too. So, I can make it fun for everyone. So yeah, I like that.
Okay, I got it. I got you now. Because I was wondering,
Yeah.
because you said people sing along, and that implies that they know the songs, and so I was wondering what. Because I'm sorry, I do song parodies, and so
Oh,
quite
that's
quite
cool.
often when I do a song parody, they don't know the lyrics that I've written. So, as a matter of fact, they have no idea the lyrics I've written. Now,
Right.
I but I've had people sing along. I mean, if there's a popular refrain like la da 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 or something like that, I don't change that, and so everybody
Right.
can do that with me.
Right.
But other than that, they have no idea what my words are as opposed to the other words. So when you
Right. No,
said
no, no. I'm taking their words and, explaining how it created the monster.
okay, so how was your singing voice?
I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, I think I am pretty good at it. No, I don't know that it's good. I just know a lot of songs and I sing them with enthusiasm. And I think that
Okay,
helps. I mean, when you sing never gonna get it, 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 never get it. That's not great, but it's not terrible. I mean, I'm not signing up to be a singer tomorrow.
well, no, it's not actually. That is actually very good. I
No,
mean,
thanks.
if I was expecting William Hung, I'd be disappointed because I'm sorry, not everybody's going to get that William Hung
No.
reference. Google it. I will put a picture up, but you have to Google it. I'm not playing what he did to music. I'm not. Ah.
It's just like saying someone who, it's like Diddy. Fucked up music. Oh
Now,
my God. Have you seen that documentary? I know it's off topic, but it's terrible.
there is no
It's
off topic.
terrible.
In terrible in the sense of quality, because I haven't seen it yet.
Yes. I
Quality,
mean, yes, the quality of it isn't that great. I mean, clearly he's a lunatic. I don't think I thought that it was going to be more of what we didn't know rather than what we did. I don't care what he was like 5 days before he was being arrested. Okay, he was acting like a prick because he was a prick. Like big shock there. Like I thought it would be more in depth or more whatever, but it's not anything anyone hasn't heard before.
right?
I did find it shocking that everyone around, I mean, and I had heard this too, but I guess it's shocking to hear it though from these people that were surrounded, by Diddy, or Diddy surrounded himself with these people, and they knew that he was beating up Cassie or whoever, and didn't even try to help her. Like, what kind of a man is that? That is crazy. Oh my God. Like, I can't even. Oh my God. That is not a man. That is a pathetic, weak, just sea urchin. Like, ew.
My mother raised me to. Well, it's funny. My mother was a strong, independent woman, um, and she raised me to um, look out for people in general. Not just women, but anybody that's in trouble, to look out for them.
Right.
And so I have difficulty with men that don't stand up to their friends and defend anybody. And I'm trying not to say weaker, but I mean, but sometimes the person isn't necessarily weaker, but they're in a weaker situation or more compromising situation, and they can't fight back. And so I don't understand why people put up with it. Well, let's put it this way: I understand the sick psychology behind why they do it. I don't understand it with my heart. With my
Right.
heart, it's just so no, you don't do that. So
Right.
no, but to answer the question, I hadn't seen it yet. I
It's
didn't I didn't care to see it. You know, he's a
I mean,
dick.
they just, they talk about all the things that he did and or claims that he did or suggest that he did or whatever, but I mean, I've seen better documentaries closer to proving that Diddy had something to do with Pac and Biggie than that documentary, and that was a documentary about Diddy. Like I just thought we were getting some kind of information, not some regurgitation of what I already know.
So it's probably done by somebody who's just a quick money grab. The headlines are out there. It's
well,
hot.
It was. So what happened was he didn't pay the videographers, so the videographers had all this footage, and so then when he was convicted, they sold the footage to 50 Cent, and 50 Cent produced it or some shit. I don't know, or maybe they kept the footage. I don't know how that split works out, but
he bought it and said, "Let's take any place where I don't look good in this." Let's make Diddy look like shit. And
I think he made himself look like shit. It wasn't even really because he wasn't doing anything. It was just him basically trying to figure out how to get out of all these things that people started accusing him of, and he knew he was going to be arrested, and what is he going to do? And he's just biding his time basically until he was arrested, and like what's going to happen, and he's not like this, the same old story.
Now, this is a little bit slightly different, slightly off topic. And that is you're admittedly you've come out of the closet as an attractive woman. Okay, I didn't want to out you.
Thank God.
I didn't want to out you, but
thank you.
You outed yourself. Okay.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, some family dinners in the beginning, it was very hard, but now everyone's very accepting of my out of the closet moment.
Okay. Now, is that helpful in comedy? Or because earlier you mentioned
how could it not be? It's helpful in every aspect of life. I assume it's helpful there too. I mean, listen, it's a hindrance and it's helpful. It's helpful, because it maybe gets in the door a little bit more, or people like you a little bit more and they don't even know why. That's helpful. But for those same people who like you and they don't know why, there's someone else who's like, oh, fuck this girl. She's, not that, who does she think she is? And to them I say, I'm the sheriff. Who are you?
I think that's the advantage of being a fully grown adult when you do comedy.
Yes. I mean, I can't even imagine what it's like for some of these younger kids. Like, it's got to be so hard for them because you don't even have a voice. And then you have all these other grown people who are jealous or hate on you or pick on you or whatever. It's terrible.
Now, the kids that you back to school, do you, again, they're kind of young. Do you think you could do comedy for children, like clean comedy? And since you're around them all the time, do you have like a?
Okay. No, I couldn't, but I can be funny for kids. Like right. I don't even think that's a thing really. I mean, it really just isn't, because kids are entertained by anything. I mean, you go 6, 7 and they're like dying of laughter. That's not comedy. It's just something they think is funny. 6, 7. I mean, I said penis today because I was actively saying, is there something wrong with your penis? You keep touching it. And they start laughing because you said the word penis. Like, I just, But
well, in that case, in that regard, they're just like young men and some grown men.
Well, if you're grown, you're not laughing.
Well,
I don't know. I don't think it's funny to say the word penis. I don't know.
Well, that's just it.
I think it's a word.
When I don't do dick jokes, and when I do refer to penises, I say penis. Unless the word, unless another word is funnier, but I don't. How should I put it? I don't use genitalia as punchlines. Now, some people that is their material,
Right. No, I don't really have any jokes specifically about penises. It's more about sex in general or men that I meet. Because, I mean, let's face it, it's good stuff. I mean, they can't help themselves.
Yeah, and because I say penis, some of the other comedians go like, "Did you say penis?" Yes, I did. That's what it is. So, what about cock? I said, I don't want to say cock. I don't want to say dick. And the only time I say dick is when I say, I'm sorry, I don't do dick jokes. That's it. Other than that, it's penis. It's penis. It's vagina. And the thing is, my comedy doesn't suffer, for lack of it. But
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. So over the the time that you've been doing comedy, have you received advice from people? Oh, you didn't. You already actually mentioned the advice you got about the person, how to deal with haters. Pretty much fuck them. But what's the worst advice you've gotten?
The worst advice.
I asked you first.
Hmm. You know, I don't really ask for a lot of advice. I mean, I go to I used to go to a writer's room, and they're you know, they help you kind of punch up your jokes.
Right.
And they once wrote a bunch of jokes for me, and they were terrible when I did them. And I bombed completely. But that wasn't advice, and I was asking for their help. So,
Right.
you know, I that's just as much as my responsibility. But I've never really gotten terrible advice yet. I mean, I guess there's still time, but for the most part, I feel like everything that I've been told has been pretty solid.
Now, uh, it's funny because you didn't ask for advice, but we're in comedy. It doesn't. People don't generally. Unless once I got north of Florida, something happened to the comedy business. People just offer advice. I mean,
For
I,
sure.
I
For
mean,
sure.
just come out
They do.
and yeah,
But
and
when
tell.
you're right, but when you're someone I don't even trust or care about, and you're giving me your opinion on something, an uninvited opinion, even more so, it's in one ear and out the other, so I don't even pay attention.
Okay,
I think
yeah.
that's also part of being grown. It's kind of just like whatever. I know who to listen to. I know when that advice is coming like from like I know when to listen, and I know when it's just nonsense.
Now the jokes that were written for you in the workshop that didn't land. Now, were they good jokes and they just weren't for you, or um, what?
You know, so I was doing a show in a synagogue. I'm Jewish,
Okay,
and they were like Jewish related jokes, things I wouldn't have ever come up with on my own.
okay,
I mean, they liked them, and it's a big room. I mean, it's enough people to where I felt like they know what they're talking about. They would like it.
right.
But it didn't land. I feel like it was really the audience. I mean, I hate to say that because it's such an easy way, but I really do. I mean, they were like so old, like literally like 70s, 80s. Like these are not like my parents. These are like oldies. Like
Oh, okay,
they
yeah.
couldn't. Yeah, they just didn't want. I don't know what they would have laughed at, quite frankly, but that wasn't that.
No, I've done senior centers. I understand what you're talking about. The people 70 to 80, there is different, and it is hard to say what they would laugh at.
And I think they don't know what to make of me. I mean, yeah, they might be my own people, but I definitely don't look the same as them. I don't act the same as them. Like I'm a little bit different. So I feel like sometimes they're not even listening to the joke. They're just trying to figure out what they're looking at. Like, what is this?
Now, so actually, I didn't even stop to think that you were Jewish. I
It's
mean,
okay.
you didn't look like you were circumcised to me, but I couldn't tell.
I'm not. That, yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm
And
not.
that's probably why I couldn't tell.
Exactly. That's exactly
Yes.
right. I also, my horns haven't grown in, so it's kind of a bummer for me.
um, I I have a bit called hatred is expensive. And the first time I did it for a Jewish group. Well, the audience was about 60 to 75% Jewish. And so I started off with hatred. Um, well, it was from a news story, and the news story involved a Nazi couple that planned together on Valentine's Day planned to blow up a power station in our area.
Oh,
So I started. I started off with young Nazis in love. I think is how I started it, and and then I went on with the stereotypes, explaining that you start one stereotype, and I said like Jews have horns, and then you find out okay those Jews don't have horns, but they have tails, right? Oh, okay, those Jews don't have tails, and then so I was dealing with those stereotypes, and one Jewish guy said to me, he goes, I had not heard any of those before. And I thought to myself, that's weird because I grew up knowing all of those myths. You know, I mean, I used to speak a little Hebrew back in the day. My Hebrew is so rusty now. My rabbi would be so disappointed. I'm not Jewish. I had a rabbi though. He was a friend of
okay.
mine. He
That's
was
nice.
he was a friend of mine. I used to proofread some of his stuff for him.
I think it's nice to have friends who are spiritual leaders, regardless of what the spirit is. It's just nice. I think they think a little different. It's nice.
Yeah, yeah. Now, you are, well, marital status. I'm assuming I don't want to assume, but single, divorced, widowed.
Oh, I am divorced. So
Okay.
that makes me also single. It's pretty awesome. I like it. I'm not tolerating any more nonsense, and there's a lot of nonsense here. I also, I don't really meet a lot of people. I mean, the only guys I really meet are in comedy.
So
And
defective people.
yeah, and they broke me down. I mean, they hounded me long enough, and I was like, okay, God, I'll just have sex with you, whatever. Let's see. And that was a huge mistake. I don't regret it. Like I definitely, for the story and just like how fun it is. And I still like, they're my favorites, absolutely my favorites. But I mean, they're like babies. Like I can't, you still have to work with me after. We still have to, we're in the same sphere. Like you still have to deal with me. Why are you, you know, it's one of those, no one's going to catch feelings. And yet, some of the people are catching feelings, and that someone isn't me. And I don't understand what happened. I kept to the rules. Whatever. I don't know. I mean, and it's not because I'm bitchy. Like, listen, it's not. It's just, I knew, like, some people, I want a boyfriend. Like, I want to be in a relationship. I actively said this to these people. Like, I did. And they were still like, no, 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 I don't want that. That's not for me. I'm like, I just want to hook up. Don't catch feelings. And I said, okay. I said, I won't catch feelings. You don't want that. Got it, got it, got it. So I'm confused. I didn't catch feelings. I don't have feelings towards it.
I think a lot of guys say that as a cover. It's like an escape clause. It's like an escape clause before they escape. It's like, I'm telling you now, this is just a physical thing. It's not going to go anywhere. And then they'd be the first ones. Usually the ones that protest that hard are usually the ones that fall because they have more emotional crap to protect. Right. At least in my experience, because I'm not one to play games like that.
Right. Well, so in my life experience, when someone tells me something, I believe them.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what else to do. And I can't, and listen, do I feel bad? I do a little bit, like their feelings were hurt. I get it. I feel bad. If they would love to have a conversation with me about it, I would totally be into it. I approach them with that. They don't want to, and that's fine. Listen, if you don't want to have a conversation, you just want to move past it, I'm cool with that. But you can't then be mad at me every time you see me and treat me like I don't exist. Like, that's not cool.
Right. Yeah, especially since you're a comedian. You could really ruin them.
I mean, I had one idiot be like, I'm never talking to you again. I'm like, oh, what are you talking about? I'm going to see you next week. You can't. That doesn't make any sense. Like, what? You're going to see me. Okay, well, I'll see you. But no. Like, stop with the drama. This is too much drama for me. Like, okay. We're grown. We're not even little grown. We're very grown.
Now, how much of your first marriage or your unsuccessful marriage work makes its way into your material?
None.
Oh, okay.
I don't talk about it because it was so long ago. I was divorced. I've been divorced like now 8 years. I was married 15, been divorced 8. So it's like, it's so far in the past for me, why dredge it up? And there's nothing really to tell. I mean, it's not like sometimes I touch on different topics, but I mean, not really. I don't really talk about it. It's not even remotely interesting. I mean, I was married. Now I'm not. I raised 2 kids alone. He didn't want to raise them. He wanted me to raise them. He wanted to live his best life, and he does. And
good. Now, how old are your kids?
19 and 15.
Do they think you're funny?
I mean, they do. They think I'm funny, but it's hard. Like, my son doesn't love the sex jokes and stuff because obviously, like, I'm a virgin in his eyes. So,
of course, yeah. My mother was a virgin till the day she died.
Right.
And even when I caught her in bed, with other people.
That's right. Yeah. She was a virgin. That wasn't sex.
Crazy. A slutty virgin.
Right. And then exactly. And my daughter, sometimes she says I'm cringe, but mostly she thinks I'm funny. I mean, their friends think I'm funny. So I know that I am. I'm not. I don't worry about their opinions too much.
Now, this is the question I'm asking.
Hi,
you,
I'm
G.D. Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist and host of Done Way Past Funny. Thank you for watching our continuing interview with Sheriff Nicole K. And please come back to watch more of our interview with Sheriff Nicole K. And when you come back to join us, bring a friend.